My name is Lauren Herlache. I am a Doctor of Physical Therapy student from Regis University. The title of this poster is Muscle Activation of Wrist Extensors and Flexors During Isometric Grip Contraction. Hand grip dynamometers are the most widely used and accepted portable equipment to measure hand grip force. There is a positive correlation between wrist flexor thickness and hand grip strength. In addition, the optimal position for maximal hand grip force occurs at 25 degrees or more of wrist extension. While there is information correlating forearm strength and grip strength, it is unclear whether wrist extensors or flexors contribute equally to grip strength during fatigue. The purpose of this study was to investigate the effects of fatigue through EMG signal and force output during a sustained isometric contraction. It was predicted that the wrist extensors would have greater muscle activation during a sustained isometric hand grip than wrist flexors while attempting to reach fatigue. The subjects consisted of 8 volunteers from Regis University Doctor of Physical Therapy class. There were 5 females and 3 males. However, 1 male was taken out because he did not sustain an isometric contraction throughout the study. The inclusion criteria include Regis University students from the Doctor of Physical Therapy class having 5 functional digits. Exclusion criteria include no comorbidities, no prior breaks to upper extremities. To conduct this lab, one electrode was placed on the muscle belly of the wrist extensors and another on the wrist flexors. The subject then stood with his or her arm in standard position. Using a hand dynamometer, pictured in Figure 1, the subject's peak force was recorded during maximum voluntary contraction. The subject then tried to maintain 25% of peak force until they were fatigued or reached 300 seconds. The data was recorded every 15 seconds. The results are listed in Figure 2. The graph indicates that the muscle activation of wrist extensors is greater than wrist flexors during the initial stages of sustained isometric grip contraction, but in the later stages, muscle activation of wrist flexors increases. The grip force maintains fairly constant throughout. Wrist flexors increased muscle recruitment during fatigue, while wrist extensors slightly decreased muscle recruitment. The hypothesis was partially supported by the data. While the wrist extensors contributed more muscle activation in the beginning of the sustained contraction, more recruitment is observed in the flexors as time increases. Grip strength is a common action in the industrial workplace. In order to stay safe, it is important to understand how to improve grip strength and stamina when it is subject to fatigue. Because wrist extensors are initially affected by fatigue, it would be beneficial to increase extensor stamina through isometric contraction conditioning. The 3 references from this lab are listed below. Thank you for listening.